Carlos Ramirez, owner of NBS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey and Daytona, Florida. So today we're going to talk about Dubbie's clip-to-clip bass knob. So it's remote level control. So it's a very simple device that allows you to control 2 amps with one level control, one bass knob, and it gives you individual clip indicators. So this became a need as motorcycle audio competitions evolved, and the power that people were running on their bikes just kept increasing. So now it's become the standard in competition to run a 3,000 watt amp for each saddlebag, a 5,000 watt amp for each saddlebag, even 8,000 watt amp for each saddlebag. I know some bikes out there that are running a 12,000 watt amp for each saddlebag. So we're talking between 6,000 watts RMS and 24,000 watts RMS on just the bass. The evolution of lithium battery technology and Class D amplifier technology has made stuff possible. It was literally impossible 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And then little stuff like this makes it easier. So here's a video explaining how it works. He makes it available in the direct fit for 98 through 13. He makes it 14 through 23, and then he also makes it universal with the remote mount that we use on the 24 and up, or on custom builds like we just did on this Victory that we just delivered. Check it out. We stock his knobs in all 3 of my locations, so Linden, New Jersey, Roselle, New Jersey, and Daytona, Florida. He also makes them amplifier specific, so Cicada, Sound Digital. He offers them for the LRX Mmats amplifiers, and he also offers it in a universal. Carlos Ramirez, owner of NBS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey and Daytona, Florida. So today we're here to talk about the Dubbie clip-to-clip bass knob. What's special about this bass knob, a remote level controller, is it allows you to control 2 amplifiers. So with competition scene being so popular and motorcycle audio getting so serious that people are running 2 3,000 watt amps, 2 5,000 watt amps, 2 12,000 watt amps. So what this controller allows you to do, here we have 2 Sound Digital 3000s. It'll allow you to put one 3000 run one saddlebag, one 3000 run the other saddlebag. So now the issue you run into is you want to use one knob and you want to make sure that both amplifiers are in sync and both woofers are theoretically getting the same amount of power. So the Sound Digital amps have clip indicators. So what this does, it moves the clip indicator from the amplifier, it's going to be buried in the tour pack, to the front of the Harley. This is available in universal, and this is the Harley specific model. So this is your 14 through 23. This indicator's for this amp, this indicator's for this amp. So it's a simple setup. What it does is it uses the bass knob port in each amplifier to light up the LEDs. It's impossible to sync 2 amplifiers because every amplifier puts out a little bit different power, even though they're at the same impedance. No 2 amplifiers are exactly the same. So in order to sync the amplifiers, that's done through the RCA input. So the phone jack plugs into each amp, and the phone jack controls the LED. We have RCA in and out. So we have input from our source, from our radio. Here we're using audio control Bluetooth controller. So we have input to the bass knob, we have left input, right input, so left amplifier, right amplifier, and then we have left and right output. So I'm going to play a test tone and show you that we start with the knob in the middle. You play a test tone, and you want both LEDs to light up at the same time. As you get progressively louder, you can adjust the gain. You want to make sure that both amps are in sync so you get an idea. They're going to be really close to each other. So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, one amplifier is at a 9, the other amplifier may 8.5, 8.25 to produce the same output. So you want both LEDs to come on at the same time. We do it with test tones, so it's easier instead of music. So we're doing a 40 hertz tone sent directly to both amplifiers. I'm using the Educar amp on my phone, playing over Bluetooth. So as we turn the knob up, you're going to see the clip indicators on the amplifiers light up. So you notice this one's solid, this one's blinking. If you bring it down a little bit, now this one's blinking, this one's off. So I have them out of sync on purpose. Here we have LED, here we have no LED. If you notice on the knob, it's the same thing. Here we have LED, here we have no LED. So what you want to do is bring the gain up on this amplifier until the LED illuminates. Now you see the LEDs on both amplifiers and on both sides of the clip knob. So now you want to bring it down. See, they're both blinking, but they're still a little bit out of sync. So you just want to adjust the gain till you get them exactly the same. So now we'll lower the knob. Both LEDs are out. Both LEDs are on. I think we got them in sync both pretty good. So both LEDs off. Both LEDs on. Lowering it slowly. And I want them to just barely clip. There we go, we got that one flashing a little bit. And they're just about. I think they're just about the same there. Now we're going to switch and test with music. So I'm going to close the Educar app. We're going to go over to music. And looks like we have the LEDs nicely in sync. So now I'm controlling both amps, one knob, no clip, clipping in sync. Then we back it off until we have no clipping. We have no clipping. And we have nice brief clipping, which is where I like to play my bikes. So I'm making sure that the amplifiers are doing maximum power. That's where you get the blink. This is a matter of preference. Some people, especially some judges, want to see no blink at all. So now I would back it down just a little bit and I'd have it right about there. So some of the judges like to see no clip, no blinking. I like just a little bit of clip, so I know the amplifier is doing its job and it's doing max power, but that's a matter of preference. You do it either way. But very nice, slick setup. I'm going to show you. We just use it on a Victory competition bike that we just finished, so you get to see it live. And in that video, we had the two clip indicators out of sync, and then we adjusted the gain to bring them back in sync. But see, it's nice and simple. You plug in the two jacks, that gives you your illumination light. So you also have to remember the bass knob is just taking the information that the amplifier LEDs are giving you and move them to the indicator on the front of the bike. So it makes it more convenient. You don't have to open your tour pack. You don't have to look in the tour pack to know. So now you have full control. So we have woofers off. As you can hear, when I turned it all the way down, the fans shut off inside the amplifiers. Then as we bring the gain up, you'll hear the fans kick on in the amplifier, and there's the clip indicators lighting up. You'll notice these LEDs are in sync with these LEDs. Back it down just a little bit. Fans are still on, amplifiers producing power, amps are not clipping. So nice, genius invention by our friend Keith Dubbie at Dubbie's Customs. Super simple, that's how it works. So you have a phone jack connection, amp 1, amp 2, that controls the LEDs. Then you have RCA in and RCA out. So RCA in from your DSP or your radio. Competition bike can be running DSP, so RCA in from your DSP. Then RCA out from the knob into your amplifier. Nice, simple, easy to use. Thank you. So on this bike we have two bass amps. So we have a 5000 and a 5000. There's the cable that does the clip indicator. One's up there, one's up there. And the actual gain control knob is there.
And just cause you can cop it don't mean that you can afford it. My shoebox is full, I'm thinking I need a closet. These rules that I taught you and jewels that I brought you. Look, you trying to get a brick or some shoes out of Nordstrom. That thing is small, I'm trying to turn my room to a fortress. With duffel bags of money to no room in the office.
As you can see, we have to adjust the gain a little bit because that one lights up before this one. So it's going to be a small gain adjustment on this amplifier that'll make them both even.